Hello and welcome to round 3 of the Bristol Prime with me, Rebecca Walker, joined as always by Richard Walker.
Yes.
Who, as you can tell, is as happy as always to be here. And on screen we have George Anchors playing Bara Conclave, and on the right we have Joe Wanacott playing Bara Assault. So I have to warn you guys, having edited this video, there's a lot of little shenanigans going on and I don't understand half of them. So, Richard, that's where you come in to help me understand what's going on.
Yay!
Yay, you're welcome. I know you like doing that. Should we talk about the setups, though?
Sure.
Yeah, you've not said much. Do you want to run us through what's on the board?
Okay. Joe Wanacott, right-hand side, had the Bastard of Nightsong duplicated with Anguy the Archer and the Gates of the Moon. Where George, he had Maester Mullin and Advisor to the Crown, Dragonstone Faithful, and the Bara encampment thing.
I mean, to be fair, that's more than what I would know. And opening plots, they've both gone for a late summer feast, assumedly to try and get a bit more presents.
Get shit on the board.
Yeah. So the Bristol Prime was indeed, admittedly, like
1,000 years ago.
Yeah, something like that. Sorry. No, slightly late. Just a little bit late. I thought Worlds, took... what's the word?
Precedence.
Precedence, sure.
Priority.
Priority, that's what I was after. So I did get the Worlds stuff out first. But, we're slowly getting there. So yeah, just as a heads up, these decks are no longer legal. They're not following the current restricted list as put out by the Conclave. So yeah, just being aware of that. George has marshalled your favourite Maester. You like this dude?
It's the only reason that Conclave is not shit.
So he lets you put 2 more cards under your Conclave. Although technically it's just 2 cards under your faction agenda, which you can then marshal as if they were in your hand. But if you're playing the Conclave, then having those cards under the Conclave means that you now have basically an extra hand that you can marshal from.
Or play events from.
Which
is pretty handy in the challenge phase. And also plot phase.
Is it just once per round that you can do it?
No, once per phase.
Once per phase. Oh, nice.
So, yeah. I mean, the key advantages are you can marshal things from under there once per round. You can play an event in the challenge phase from there. And you can also play healing expertise in the plot phase when there's a Valar.
Seems good.
Otherwise, it's just normal Conclave crap. Win a challenge, swap a card, meh.
And George marshalling there a Great Hall and also an Iron Throne. So it looks like it's going for the Dominance package.
I mean, we have seen this deck in the last game with Eric Visser.
Oh, are they playing the same deck?
Well, very similar, I imagine.
Yeah.
George has probably got more of his own slant on the whole thing.
Jankers.
Janky George.
Yeah, you can normally count on George to have some weirdness in his decks. Is Joe the player that's from the Cornwall area?
Yes.
He travelled all the way up from Cornwall to Bristol.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like far, but it's fucking miles.
I mean, especially for England, where, for example, for us, we can get to most tournaments within a couple of hours. For Joe, I think getting to Bristol was 4 hours, did you say? 3-4 hours?
Yep.
So, yeah, nice of him to make the effort to come up.
Yeah, nice of you to make the effort, Joe.
I wasn't saying it in a patronising way. Don't make it sound like it was.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, whatevs. And Joe marshalling there a Kingsgate and a Red Keep as well. So he looks like he's going to be hoping for a bit of card draw. But isn't that... all I can think is Muller. I can't remember his name.
Muller.
Yeah, I know. I've not even got the basis of his name.
I don't even know which card you're talking about.
Maester Murren.
Oh, meow.
Yeah, I can't even... I don't even know the basis of his name anymore. But is he Murrenmur? Is that right?
Murenmuir.
Murenmuir. And he's one that can kneel to stop locations from activating, right?
Yeah, he looks super emo.
He does a bit, doesn't he? He definitely looks like the villain.
Talking to his only friend, a raven.
Aww. At least he's not Craven. That wasn't good, was it?
It probably wouldn't matter if he was, because he'd just kneel to cancel the location ability, so...
Yeah.
Maybe rethink on your bad puns.
It was really bad, wasn't it?
It was like, I don't know why we're discussing it and prolonging your torture.
Sorry.
Everybody on the internet has probably just clicked the X to turn off this channel.
Yeah.
You truly fuck this.
Yeah.
So, Joe Wanacott has lots of power, not many intrigue icons.
As in like 0?
Yes. Don't know what he had in Shadow, but it doesn't have any gold to pay for it, so that's a placeholder for the next round, perhaps. George doesn't really have a lot of strength on the board to push through challenges.
He's got a lot of annoying stuff though, doesn't he? So this one's Mullin, isn't it? Is this one Mullin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this one's Mullin, and Mullin's saying that I think it was Angai can't do military, maybe.
That's
and
fair.
Then we've got Murinmur, who will presumably cancel the Red Keep. A military coming in from the Bannerman? Fickle Bannerman.
Yeah.
Does have 2 gold on it, so if by chance he loses a power challenge, he does have that gold there just to help him out, stop him from losing the character. And yeah, so he didn't lose a power challenge, try to choose the Red Keep. Murinmur cancels it. Does the Red Keep restand if it's cancelled?
And depends on the wording. It says kneel it too, so I suspect no.
Okay.
But
Joe just being premature in restanding then, I guess.
yeah, if someone says I cancel that, it's easy to think that they're cancelling the kneel as well. But the kneel is the cost.
Yeah.
The effect is the drawing of the cards.
Doesn't really matter too much at this point. But if, for example, George has something like Bob on the board to stop locations from standing, then that's when it would become more important. So on to round 2 then. It's a very brief first round. Only one challenge.
It was quick. Neither side really want to go overboard on the challenges, given Late Summer Feast, giving your opponent cards. So let's hunker down for round 2.
Yeah.
Palace of Sorrows against the exchange of information.
I always find it strange seeing Palace of Sorrows in a deck that hasn't got House Floor Knights. That seems really
What about in a deck when
silly,
all
but...
the characters on the board are 3 strengths or lower?
Yeah, I guess that makes more sense.
So he's reduced the strength of Joe's board down from 12 to 9, and he's increased the strength of his own board from 7 to 12.
Alright, just show me up. Joe's got a really nice even spread of options there. Looks like he's getting a Rose Road.
Because he doesn't have any attachments.
Oh, I saw 4 piles and thought it was one of everything.
Yep, no attachment. He might wanted to see a milk for Marwyn, or perhaps even a traitor to the crown for when George inevitably gets one of his Baratheon bigs.
So it's interesting to see the characters that came out there. So you've got Bob and you've got Mel. I didn't quite spot who the third one is, but I assume the third one's the one we're getting. Yeah.
So yeah, Joe runs Fast Bob. So despite the fact he's running a control deck, which you would think was Bara Assault, he's not running Control Bob. And in fact, I think Joe is running something of a faster version of the control deck, so a hybrid control rush.
Okay.
So he has Bob, he has all the Fickle Bannermen, he has Bastard of Night Song, which increase your power gain quickly.
His shuffling's terrible. That Bob has stayed on the bottom the entire time.
Well, that's not going to help him.
No. Yeah, when you're shuffling, guys, when you're doing, mashable shuffles, make sure you cover the bottom as well as the top.
Do a mix of shuffles.
Yeah, because I don't know if any of you guys were watching, but that Bob stayed on the bottom of the deck for the entire thing. So on to Joe's marshalling then. So, I guess that was what the extra character was.
What?
Bastard Night Song, is that what it is? So we've got a double dupe on there now.
I don't expect George to be flinging in military challenges left, right and centre.
Probably not.
They're quite happy for Bastard of Night Song to have another duplicate. However, I do think Joe Wanacott runs Valar Morghulis.
That's not good against George's deck.
What do you mean?
Well, it's a Conclave deck, right?
You're referring to the number of healing expertise that may be there?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was more thinking it's a less likely board state to get duped. But yeah, I sort of forgot about the healing expertise. So if George's got any of those, I guess that makes it less scary if there is a Valar.
Yeah. And Joe also had that Spears of the Merlin King. So he can put out a big character. And if they die, if you have to Valar the board, they can come back to his own hand.
Did you just put that one out?
He had that out last round.
Oh.
So he got some protection. He had put another location out. I'm not sure what it is. It could be the Stone Drum.
Yeah. Makes sense.
We've got an
Edric Storm.
So, I don't think Edric can be doing a great deal of thing in face of the Iron Thrones that opposite him.
No, but I imagine it's nice to have just slightly more control over the dominance phase. You know, at least he'll be able to try and counter it with his leftover gold and standing characters, but...
Just anything to make George think about that northern encampment not being able to restand.
Yeah. Oh, you remembered the name of it.
George played Bravos.
Is this one where you kneel it to get... What is it?
You need it to get X gold. X is the number of different characters and different factions you have. So he has 3. Baratheon, Greyjoy and the Night's Watch.
Because neutral don't count as a faction.
Correct.
Oh, and Joe's got a second card in Shadows there as well.
He has.
He's got a little bit of gold. I can't quite tell. It looks at least 3. I don't know if there's more piled up there, but...
Smells like, what, a Shadow Priestess?
Yeah, could very easily be.
One of Baratheon's best Shadow cards. But you can also use that agenda to put your traitor to the crown in the shadows, which is quite nice in the middle of a power challenge. You're new to them completely.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I mean, when he's running the Fickle Bannerman and the Red Keep as well, that certainly seems like a good option. It's quite expensive though. Traitor to the crown normally costs 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So by doing it like this...
It costs 1. And a faction.
Oh, yeah, because you just kneel your faction card, don't you, to put these weird ones into shadows. Yeah. You don't have to pay the 2.
So we've got a Milk of the Poppy on the Edric Storm.
Interesting.
Yeah, the George just want to protect his dominant at all costs. So we have Sir Justin Massey on the board. So he's the one where he gets renown with the king.
Whenever I see that card, I always think of Justin Bieber.
What? Just
because his name's Justin, and for some reason Justin Bieber pops in my head. And then I remind myself, no, it's not Justin Bieber that I'm supposed to be thinking of. I'm supposed to be thinking of Thor.
So and then you realise that's a different game.
So then I just get like this weird mix of like Justin Bieber and Thor in my head, and it's just like, that's not very cool.
Not very cool, is it?
So yeah, Justin Massey, right?
Massey.
Justin Massey.
So we have a military coming in from the Bastard of Night Song.
You're not on there.
I am.
You bastard.
Thank you.
But we have an in the name of your king. No, yeah? Yeah. You know your faction card and just cancel the military. But that also means that George will not be able to do a military challenge either. As that's been done, is it worth him kneeling Maester Mullen to stop the power from the Fickle Bannerman, maybe? I'm going to take that as a yes. And that stops the renown gathering up on the Bannerman, and also just potentially stops Joe from pushing through a power. But I think he still can, can't he? Oh, because they're all 3 strength, aren't they?
Yes.
He's got 2 characters for the power, but of course the red keep still gives us strength.
Yep.
So how much strength does red keep give? Is it 2?
Correct.
So if George nails all 3 to defend, he still wins?
Yes. The good thing about the red keep is on defence. Again, solid, because you can nail 1 character to defend against 1 character and still win.
Mm.
So that's quite nice.
So this would technically be a power for 5 then?
Correct. They keep an Anguai stood because he can defend a military challenge, or at least stop the unopposed.
So George can defend with 2 here and win the challenge. Unless Joe the trick.
I'm just wondering if you want to save Mjolnir for the red keep, whether that's something on his mind.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah, so it could nail Marwyn and Justin to defend. Oh, 1 action. What's that?
It's called Banish to the Light. Banish from the Light.
What does that do?
So you pay 2, or your faction card in this case, to put it into shadows. When you win a power challenge, you react, you bring it out of shadows, costing 2, and you can put a character into shadows.
Oh.
So he put Mjolnir back into shadows. So George now has to put a token on it and pay 3 to bring it out. But what this does mean, Joe can get 2 cards from the red keep.
Yeah, because I guess George can't win the power now.
No.
But if he does... So he could do the military here and try and tempt out 2 defenders. Oh no, because Anguai just won't nail, will he? Yeah, it looks like it's just going to go for the power.
Yeah, I think you defend with the Fickle Bannerman. We don't know if George is running Nightmares. But Joe goes for the over-defend. I don't think it matters so much, but he could have just nailed the 1.
Yeah, I guess he knew that George wasn't going to do a military back. So just the intrigue come through from George.
George couldn't do a military, could he?
Exactly, yeah. So it doesn't matter kneeling out the 2. Doesn't make any difference. And just confirm that it's definitely going to win it and get that renown. And so the intrigue going through unopposed and claim of a copy of the red keep.
Perfect.
Joe will be happy about that. And then
Tribute keep this time.
Yeah.
George is going to recur his Saving the Kingdom.
And take Dom.
Which I assume must have disappeared last round or something.
Yeah, actually, I wonder when that...
Because he didn't play it.
Yeah, maybe you discarded it for reserve or something. So, just getting everything restood. And then our players will be choosing their plots. So we've got some... I don't know. Actually, why is the Bastard Knight song out now? Was it Saving the Kingdoms?
No idea.
Maybe George had played that, and then that's why when he won Dominance he got it back.
Maybe.
Might have just missed that being played. Yeah, we're totally on the ball, guys. So we've got our next plots. George playing King of the North into Joe's trade routes. So...
We have had to stop the video a few times because of logistical issues. So, that may be why we've missed a few things.
Sorry. I was trying to gloss over that.
It's alright. It's better just to tell them so they can understand why we're not picking shit like that up.
Yeah, technical issues. I don't like technology. Technology doesn't like me. Which, I don't know. We'll get through. We bumble our way through.
It's not really our fault that the laptop freezes.
No. So it's interesting that George has played King of the North here, considering he doesn't have a king on the board. He might have an attachment. he might be able to afford to put the king on the board. But he's only going to get 6 gold. Only the Bob 6.
Yeah, one of the Bob is 6, but I think
6.
more likely could be Renly.
Ah, yeah. That would also make sense.
That would then allow him to trigger his Northern Encampment and Bravos to get more gold. And it's possible he's going to have Renly in either his hand or in the Conclave, which he can marshal direct from with Marwyn.
That does indeed make a lot of sense. But it's Joe's marshalling to begin with. And he also doesn't have a king at the moment. So won't be able to trigger his locations, namely the Red Keep being the important one. And also any mean shadow stuff you might be thinking of playing at the moment, he won't be able to play.
You can bring cards out of shadows.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to do the reactions and things, is what I mean.
The thing with Bara Assault is you don't necessarily have that many, like Traitor.
Yeah.
That's just a passive.
I guess I was thinking about the Shadow Priestess and stuff like that.
True. He doesn't seem in a big rush to marshal a king, so...
Yeah, probably doesn't have one. But the trade routes will at least help to make it less important that he's unable to trigger his locations. He's still got plenty of economy to put out what he wants. Also got... is that Patchface down the end?
It is not Patchface.
It's not Patchface. It's not a card, is it? Is it a
Patchface
card?
is a card.
In Bara?
Yes.
I can't picture it now.
Excellent.
Oh, it's Moonface down the end, isn't it?
It's Moon Boy.
Moon Boy. Moonface is from
the faraway tree. Yes.
That was a great book, though, to be fair. Like, if you've not read The Faraway Tree and you're like, you know, maybe not for an adult, but as a child and a teenager, young teenager, Faraway Tree was great.
Thanks for that lovely segue.
You're welcome. I'm good at them.
Cool. So George got Renly out, so now he can trigger his stuff.
Ah, you were right with Renly. Oh, who's this dude that looks like some dodgy, like, 90s boy band member?
He looks quite spectacularly like Achim Löw, the former German soccer team manager. I'm saying soccer just in case there's some Americans watching.
I was going to say, what are you on about soccer?
Football manager.
You're not American.
Anyway, he looks just like him.
I always think he looks like a band member.
And it's Kedri, Mr. Kedri. Kneel him to reduce the cost of the next event you play by 2.
Ah.
To clarify, it's for the phase. So... the kingdom is saved once again. Didn't even use Kedri for it.
So saving the kingdom on Angai. Which means that Joe's got a lot fewer options now for his challenges. But we're going in for a power.
You can try and clock up some renown.
It seems a bit risky.
Risky in what sense?
Well,
losing a power on the swing back.
Oh, it doesn't matter about the Red Keep anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
So with the Fickle Bannerman,
yes,
and his gold being on there,
yes,
if he was to lose his power challenge,
yes,
it's forced interrupt, right? That the other player takes him.
Either an interrupt or reaction. I think it's the forced reaction. Forced reaction.
So the discarding the gold thing,
mm-hmm.
Is that forced or is that something that he can do?
It's forced.
It's forced. Okay, so
you have to do it when he loses the power challenge, unless you discard a gold from the Fickle Bannerman. Your opponent could choose to take control of it.
Ah, okay. So he has the option of getting rid of it. I see. Ooh, Joe's doing some fancy stuff. What have we got?
Traitor? Yep.
You are correct. So George was defending that power challenge with Justin and Marwyn.
Yeah, that would have been for 8 to the Fickle Bannerman, 5 plus 2 from the Red Keep. So George was on target to win that, but now he lost 7 to 4. Because Massey was a traitor. Another power for Joe and another renown.
Yeah, and knocking George back again.
Keeping George's total down, but George now had the IKEA set.
Yeah, I was going to say, George, I feel like George has really good control over the game, but he's still losing.
For now.
So he's doing an intrigue here, which he's won, and using the conclave, taking as an opposed claim of a Rose Road and Renown and Renly. And then because of Justin getting to restand Renly, as Renly is a king. And going in then for the military, which looks like it should be unopposed. Unless Joe has a magical military icon coming from somewhere. I think he's still got some gold left, so he could have a card in Shadows he wants to bring out, but no, going to go through unopposed. And military claim.
Take a duplicate and Bastard and Night Song away.
Makes sense, right? And another renown on Renly. So George going from 7-1 down, catching right back up to 7-5.
That's all without doing a power challenge.
Mm.
Which he doesn't really want to do, because it will allow Joe to gain a card.
So does... Who wins? Joe won Dom?
Did he?
Apparently.
He must have sat on a stack of gold from his trade routes then.
There must have been a lot of gold, because he got Edric.
Well, to be fair, he would have got 10 or more gold.
Well, he's got that little pile there, look.
Hmm.
That can't be more than 6 gold's worth, surely.
Well, he got 10 or more gold from his plot, and then when he collected, he got a stack as well. And he didn't really play a lot out, did he? He just played Moonboy, Card and Shadow from the agenda, Black Cell. Yeah, he probably had a lot of gold. I'm sure they know what they're doing, babe.
Yeah. Oh, he's just been able to afford to pay out a Fickle Bannerman, bestow it 2, and still got rid of some more gold. So I guess he must have had a decent amount then. And Edric Storm was standing as well, so...
Yeah, but he is milked.
No, I mean for dominance totals.
Oh, you might as well mention Moonboy as well then.
Yeah, I realised as I said. I was hoping you wouldn't notice.
Yeah, so bringing out the Fickle Bannerman means he's not going to be playing a reset, you think? And we see parlay into Winterfest. So a bit of passive power gain from Joe there, just to keep pushing that power total in his favour. And George perhaps going to parlay, I don't know, power?
Yeah, Joe's put out a power dice box thing. I don't know if that's to remind him that George has said power, or whether that's to remind him to take his power for Winter Festival. But if I remember correctly, I don't think anyone does a power challenge this round, so I'm going to guess that it's power that's not allowed to be done.
Nice work, Rebecca. Nice work.
Thanks, honey. I should be a detective.
It seems like Joe Wanacott only has 5 power tokens on the table to the right there.
Yeah, he's got 5 there, and then there's 3 on the Fickle Bannerman. Oh, do you mean at the end of the table?
I mean at the end of the table, yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? That's strange. Ooh. I've not miscounted, have I?
No.
I've got 3 on the Bannerman, 5 on the faction card.
Yeah, it looks right.
Oh. So he's a couple short. He does have the Lannister power token over there, and then 1 on his Shadows card. Maybe he had a mishap with his power tokens when he came to the tournament.
Possibly.
And had to sort of scrounge for a few bits. Bit of stealth, always good.
Yeah, these boards are getting a bit unruly.
Not as big as some of the boards we've seen on the World Cup games, though. What was that game where it was so long across that it was like going off the screen?
That was Builders against Bara Cohort. I think it was Robert Sharvat. against Dustin, and Robert had 20 builders on the board, 20 characters on the board at one point.
That's just disgusting.
Along with 3 abandoned strongholds.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So Dustin smashed it then, right?
He pulled his pants down and got an arse whipping.
Oh, poor Dustin. Oh well.
He deserves it for not playing a reset.
I was going to say, I'm sure he deserves it.
Who goes into an open deck format and not plays a reset? A brave person. That's what.
So George marshalling Maester Crescent from the Conclave there and using it to get rid of that... Oh my god, why am I so bad at remembering cards?
What, the traitor to the crown?
That's it, thank you. I think I need to retire.
Well, you don't play a lot anymore, so there is that.
I'm going to blame it on baby brain.
You haven't even had a baby yet.
I'm pregnant. It destroys, like, brain cells and brain cells worth every
Pregnancy
day.
destroys brain cells.
It does!
Well, I can tell.
Thanks.
You come up with all sorts of conspiracy theories.
And saving the kingdom on what I thought was kind of bizarrely Moon Boy.
Maybe want to stop his insight? I mean, who else can you play it on? Edric?
What's the limit on it?
3 strength.
Ah, okay.
So, Fickle Bannerman and Battle of Night Song are not valid targets.
Okay, I'll let you off.
Thanks. Thanks, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we've had Crescent to get rid of the traitor. We've had Saving the Kingdom on Moon Boy, not Moonface, because that was from something completely different. And we've had Maester Mullinelt. Can't remember what wasn't allowed to do what, but something's not allowed to do something.
Nice work.
Thank
But
you.
Massive being knelt from the Shadow Priestess. And the Blacktail is going to fire to say, I don't know, maybe Renly can't participate in challenges. It could be a good shout because he got renown.
Oh, but Black Cells only works if you have more cards in Shadow than your opponent, right?
No.
Oh.
It's just a reaction to a card coming out of Shadow.
Oh, okay. George looked really excited and was pointing to his Shadows card, so I thought maybe that's why.
Nope. The military coming in from Fickle Bannerman just to get some more renown and unopposed.
Oh, yeah, because there's no power challenges as well.
We're assuming.
Well, he's not going to say Intrigue Challenge because Joe didn't have any Intrigue icons on the board.
He does.
He does now, but he didn't when the plot was revealed. So yeah, I'm going to assume that it was definitely power challenges. It does mean that Joe can now do an Intrigue Challenge, which George wouldn't have been expecting. But he can defend it if he wants to. Just limits his options on the way back. So defending the Intrigue with Marwyn. And the Conclave there. Just triggering. Is it worth triggering the Conclave? Like if you've got Marwyn on the board?
Yeah. Because if there's a card in your Conclave you don't want, you can put it on top of your deck and put a different card in your Conclave. Or if you really want to draw it next round because you don't know if Marwyn's going to get milked, it can be safe in the knowledge it's in your hand.
Yeah, I guess so. Red keep triggering there. And going on to dominance. So does George win dom this round? Oh no, not quite dominance. George, I think, very kindly was reminding him there.
The Winter Festival trigger.
Hmm.
Yeah, good sport from George.
Yeah, George taking dom and triggering. So yeah, it does look like Joe only needs 2 power from the remaining power. I wonder if George realised at the time that Joe didn't have the full set of power tokens.
Not sure if Joe didn't have the full set. He'd probably told George already.
Yeah, you'd hope so. Moonboy staying knelt there because of saving the kingdom.
So the boards are huge. George looks like he's got a good board, but the reality is most of that is maesters, and they're not great in challenges, so to speak. Renly and Matty are fine, but when you're facing down two Fickle Bannermen and the Bastard of Nightsong, you know, they're pretty good. Even Angui's fine with all those non-loyals on the board. It's kind of like Joe's position, especially now he's playing a trade routes into Palace of Sorrows. If he can just control the power challenge, I think he will take the game.
Yeah, I mean, winning a power, he can get Renown, and Claim, so that puts him on 14.
Renown, Bastard of Nightsong and Claim.
Ah, yes, of course. Because that's the one that steals them from your opponent, right?
Yes. And George has power to steal.
He does.
Yeah, this could be the game-winning round.
And Joe, they're going first. Although George would have made him first, and I guess, because Palace of Sorrows is quite high initiative, isn't it?
Yeah. So George has, I think, 17 strength for power at the moment, whereas Joe has...
Bearing in mind it's Sorrows.
True. 12, 15, 18, 21. So George has 21, and Joe has, well, George doesn't have 21. He's only got 18.
Yeah, George's got 6 power icons on the board.
Yeah. So has Joe, but Joe has Red Keep. Which will add 2. So Joe's winning the power challenge race. Mullen can kneel to block one off on attack.
Yeah, I mean, if Mullen kneels to stop the Bastard, that obviously helps. Oh, Joe's putting out his own table there. And a card into Shadows. Plenty more gold left though, so wow. Who knows what trick he's got in a hand that he wants to play out or put into Shadows.
Plenty more gold in the pool. How many cards does he have in hand?
He's got a decent hand size, I think. I'd say probably at least 5 there.
Another King Gate, which he can pop whenever he likes.
Yeah, he's got enough now, hasn't he? And using his agenda to put a card into Shadows. And we're also getting another card into Shadows. That's 3 in Shadows now.
Yeah, 1 with the agenda and 2 ordinary Shadows cards.
And it looks like he's sitting on 3 cards and a really big pile of gold.
Yeah, that's fearsome.
A bit worrying, really, isn't it?
You never know what's going to come out.
So, on to George's marshalling. I mean, I guess he just focuses really on the power icons, right?
Sure. I mean, he can use Mullen to block one off on attack. To make Joe's power totals on attack 17. But then the Shadows card are going to change that dynamic.
Yeah.
Action windows could be important. For example, if Joe wants to spring out Robert Baratheon from Shadows and chuck him on the board, you know, the fast Robert.
Yeah.
Then you don't want to kneel your Mullen too early.
But we do have another Maester from George here. And using Bravos to get lots and lots and lots of gold.
Bara, Greyjoy, Tyrell, Martell and Night's Watch.
Seems good. And a Great Hall being knelt. Ah, nice.
And now here the Robert.
I mean, probably slightly later than George might have wanted him.
Yeah, he's very useful early, helping to build up and control the game.
But then what would he have kept knelt, do you think? Because, like, George is obviously making good use of his locations. Oh, Shadow Priestess comes out. I'm needing the bob straight away.
Mew coming out of the shadows. Which is important because that can block... that can't block the Black Cell. Did Joe use the black cells?
I don't.
I can't see it under all the locations, but
No.
I imagine if you hadn't taken it out and knelt it, you haven't used it.
Yeah, it's sort of like hidden under the chamber.
Because that's the mistake if you hadn't used it.
Unless, I think those things are happening in the marshalling phase though.
Oh, do you think?
Possibly. And then this is now the challenges phase because he's just popped the King's Gate.
Okay.
I'm going to guess.
Okay.
What have we got here? Same with the Kingdom.
On the Battle of Night Song.
That seems good.
Yep.
And then if you can use Maester Mullen on one of those power icons, one of the renown icons, that would be good. And another Same in the Kingdom.
Yep. So he's not Kedri.
Oh, but we've got a
privileged position. We do. So he cancelled that.
Does that just outright cancel it?
Yeah, you have to pay gold, and if you have not lost a power challenge yet, this phase,
okay,
this round, whatever.
Can Maester Mullen? Yeah, Maester Mullen can stop one of them. So that's how many icons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power icons.
Yeah, so Joe can go with 17. George can defend with
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 7. And Joe's got 5 usable ones.
So is he going in for the military to get the renowns?
Yeah, I think he's going in for the military maybe. Yeah, it must be because Angai's in it. So if he's going in for the military,
I mean, that. Well, Angai should kneel anyway because Moonboy's on the board and he's loyal. So Angai should be kneeling, but I'm not sure if that matters so much. Now they're going to count up the power total and realise, hang on a minute.
He's not got enough power, has he? Right, okay.
We're going on.
We're going on.
That changes things.
Yeah.
I mean, you should always count the power that's on the board, not the power that's off the board. It's a trick I've seen a few times.
And as you say, Angai should be knelt there as well.
Angai should be knelt because Moonboy is loyal.
So just defending with Justin. Is that going to become an unopposed challenge? Has he got a trick?
Lightbringer.
Oh. So will that restand?
Well, you're going to black cell, which is going to get cancelled, which is fine for Joe, because it's going to kneel out a power icon.
Yeah, true. So, military wasn't unopposed. Got military claim, renown and renown. Oh, they don't go on the same character. There we go. Renown, renown, and restanding. So he still needs 2 power then, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power icons stood on George's side and 5 on Joe's. So he just goes in with everyone, right?
George has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think so. Although that Angai should be knelt.
Yeah, that's true.
So really, Joe should only have 4 standing power icon, which means he could not win this challenge.
Depends what else is in shadows as well, I guess.
True.
And he's got the gold to play if needed. Yeah, so there's the final concession. A bit of a weird way to end.
Yeah, because I think the game changes if there's only 4, Joe can't win the power challenge, can't close the game out, George can then take control with Robert.
Yeah, because George could chump block, do a return power, and then he'd take Dom as well, wouldn't he, and get the chamber.
And then you'd Robert to let only the 5 and higher stand, which gives him access to Robert, Renly and Archmate and Marwyn. And Butter and Knights on can't stand because the kingdom was saved, so all of Joe's board days now.
That's true.
So it's a very different game, I think.
Ooh, bit of a controversial ending.
Whoops.
Well, thanks everyone for sticking with and watching with us. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by going to patreon.com/The White Walkers, and we'll be back with round 4 when we can.
Yay.
Right, thanks everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.